China's battery ambitions collapsed, when many Chinese died in Indonesia after a factory explosion. A deadly explosion at a Chinese-owned facility in Indonesia has highlighted the hidden costs of Jakarta's ambitious bet on battery metals processing to spur industrial development, a signature policy of outgoing leader Joko Widodo. 21 deaths at Tsingshan Holding Group's factory in Morowali on Sulawesi Island yesterday, just weeks before the presidential election, sparked worker protests, anger on social media and calls for tighter regulation of a sector that has underpinned the president's transformation plan. Indonesia from ore exporter to electric vehicle hub. The disaster also prompted the government to ask China to take action to improve metallurgical operations in the country. The dream of global hegemony in batteries and electric vehicles collapsed after the explosion that killed many Chinese people in Indonesia. Indonesian workers protested asking China to close the company because of unsafe production processes. The Southeast Asian nation has become a giant in the global battery materials industry over the past decade, thanks to billions of dollars of Chinese investment and a surge of processing plants that turn low-grade nickel ore into the main raw material to power electric vehicles. Seen as a stepping stone towards more sophisticated manufacturing, the policy has created jobs and export revenue, but last week's tragedy was the worst in a series of accidents to hit an industry is expanding with. Xi Jinping is extremely confused by a major tragedy that occurred on the eve of his election. His chances of being re-elected are no longer certain. His seat is afraid of being shaken after the terrible accident in Indonesia that will drag down China's industry.